Thank you. So welcome everyone to the dark moon at the darkest time of the year. We are very close to the winter solstice, and the nights are indeed long and dark, and it's easy to despair, it's easy to feel despondent the way the world is now, but how beautiful it is to see you here and to come together and sit in the dark. Tonight we are celebrating Cerridwen as the light in the dark. She with the dark bright light and the power of alchemy to transform darkness to light and despair to hope. And we have a wonderful set of priestesses and sisters of Cerridwen who will do just that, to celebrate and honor her. Thank you and blessed be. And we now start by calling in the circle.
Welcome, and we are casting the circle by the earth that is her body. By the air that is her breath. By the fire that is her bright spirit. By the living waters that is of her womb. The circle is cast. Blessed be.
And I would like you all to take a deep breath with me. Please inhale and exhale. If you wish, close your eyes. Feeling the contours of your body melting into the air around you, becoming one. Feel your spine, feel your heart, and feel your womb. Settling in and creating space. I want you to feel the energy from your womb traveling downwards through the earth, through the soil, minerals, our ancestors' bones, through the darkness, the crystal caves, downwards, downwards, growing, elongating, downwards, 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 all the way to the core and the center of the earth, of Mother Earth, of Cerridwen of Earth. And you root yourself here, you ground yourself here in trust and faith. Feeling that energy traveling back through your roots, up, 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 upwards, through the darkness, the caves, the minerals, the soils, the sand, our ancestors' bones, and through the earth, all the way up through your spine, twirling, growing upwards, upwards, like a dance. The spirit of Cerridwen traveling up through the top of your head, through the roof, passing trees, the sky, the sun and the moon, the solar systems, and gently, gently connecting to your soul star, being embraced by Cerridwen, the star mother. And she holds you and she breathes all over your soul, collecting this power, this strength, this light, this wisdom, traveling back down again through the solar systems, the stars, the moon, the sun, the planet system, the sky, the trees, the roofs, and connecting to the top of your head. And gently, gently pouring through your spine back into your cauldron, where you are centered, connecting, embracing, breathing. Dear sisters and brothers, you are grounded and you are centered in her name, Cerridwen, our dark mother. Please inhale and exhale. Blessed be.
Please turn with me in your mind's eye to the north. Cerridwen of air, Cerridwen o'r awyr. Please fill us with your sweet breath of life. You who are both the soft summer breeze and the wild winter tempest. Help us to soar to new heights on your wings of inspiration. Lift us high. Be the air beneath our wings tonight, as we, your children, gather together on this, the last dark moon of the year. We breathe your energy and inspiration in. Hail and welcome, Cerridwen of air. We bring your energy into the center. Blessed be.
In your mind's eye, turn with me to the east. Croeso, Cerridwen of fire. Welcome to our circle this night, Lady of dark, bright light, of fire, of the candle's flame that lit our ancestors back further than the flame of candles itself. Be with us tonight on this dark moon to light our way. We breathe your energy in with gratitude. Hail and welcome, Cerridwen of fire. We return your energy to the centre. Blessed be.
Please turn with me in your inner eye to the south. Croeso, Cerridwen o Dŵr, Maiden of the springs, Mother of the living waters, Crone of the eternal ice caps, Lady of the lake, we greet you, Cerridwen of the water. Mother of abundance, through you live life-giving rain, you connect the sky with the depth of the earth. Permeate every fiber of our being with your vibrant, activating energy. Mistress of the unknown, in the fog of our time, we search for your light. We follow the path of trust to discover who we really are. You encourage us to lift the veils of mists and keep them open to all who seek you, who seek the light of ancient wisdom. Crown, wise woman of winter, you spread snow and ice around us like a protective cloak, protecting, guarding our secrets and powers that rest and grow in the silence beneath the surface, hidden deep within us until that time comes. Lady of the lake, hand in hand we gather on the shore of your lake. With your help, we look into the mirror of your presence. We encounter you generating and cleansing and clarifying power with open hearts. Cerridwen of water, we breathe your water energy, your cleansing energy in with gratitude. Hail and welcome, Cerridwen of water, Cerridwen Odur. And we bring your energy into our center. Blessed be.
Please turning to your mind's eye to the west. Crystal Cerridwen, Cerridwen of earth, Cerridwen of earth. Earth is where we, your children, live. Earth is where we get all of our history from. Please be with us to help restore our earth when we are able to do that. We breathe your power, we breathe your energy in with gratitude. Hail and welcome, Cerridwen of earth. Blessed be.
Please turn with me in your mind's eye to the center. Croeso Cerridwen, our beloved Dark Mother, we give our gratitude for your presence. We feel you walk with us always. We thank you for being our dark, bright light, holding us always in your tender love and care. We breathe your energy in with gratitude. Hail and welcome, Cerridwen, Mistress of Magic and Mystery. Please join with me now in singing the 3 Arwens. Ah. 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 Thank you. Blessed be.
Cerridwen Drought Mother, you were there in the deepest depths of depression. You saw me through. Thanks to you, I'm alive. And you are there in others I meet to guide them through their darkest hours. Thank you.
Cerridwen, you were there when I felt alone, when I felt deeply, deeply alone. And you showed me the light through all of my sisterhood, our Cerridwen sisterhood, and all the ones that surround me with love, kindness, care, respect. And I am grateful. Thank you, Cerridwen, for showing me the light.
Cerridwen, I am for all grateful for everything that you've done for me. When I've been searching, when I've been waiting, anticipating, wondering, doubting, feeling lost. And it was more to discover you again, because I knew you from ages and ages before. And I'm so grateful to discover you again in this life, in this moment, with my sisters and brothers and non-binaries. I love you. Thank you for being there for me.
Cerridwen, I thank you so much being my light in my darkest times. Be my guidance on the road that leads me through darkness and insecurity. When I have to take new decisions, to start a new time in my life and a new beginning, and it's up. I thank you that I'm not feeling lost, just held by you and being loved and being held by my sisters and brothers. So thank you very much, Cerridwen, to be my light in the darkness. Blessed be.
Hi. Cerridwen for me is so important. She has put purpose into my life. She has brought me to a family that I met over the internet and now in person as well. Cerridwen has been there for a long time for me, and it's only in the recent years, thankfully, I've acknowledged that she has been there to put me on this path. Bendición. I absolutely love you, Cerridwen. You give me purpose. Thank you. I have a little poem as an offering. Mother. Why do we think it's right to hurt our mother? She offers us a place to live our lives. We are but a temporary feature, but mother carries on. She gives us all that we need to create shelter, to be able to source food and even medicines. Offering the wisdom of what the past generations have done, seeing how our ancestors have treated her. She asks at this time we take stock for how we treat others. She asks that we take time and see the world around us. Even though her land is beneath the blankets of leaves and muddy puddles, we should listen and actually look, for she is giving us more than we acknowledge. We are in a dark part of the year. This gives us time of reflection, to give us time to ponder on what we need to let go, the energies that are not giving us what we need right now. Mother is napping, but we her people are keeping the light going, whether this be by candles or fairy lights. Light comes in other ways too, like caring for someone who is lonely, who doesn't want to be alone. To be there for someone who needs that extra support. To get them through those darkest months. Your neighbour might be in a dark place. Shine a little light their way and let them know you are there if you are needed. Mother wants you to know, for those that struggle, like her seasons, this darkness is also temporary. So enjoy this time to relax and enjoy what this season brings. Don't forget, the things that shine help you see the splendor and the wonder. So don't ever let your shine fade. For you are loved. Blessed be. So mote it be.
What Cerridwen has been to me has been an inspiration to find myself, to find my hope when I was lost, to allow me to find a place to belong, where I didn't have a place I really ever felt I belong here on this earth. And that anchoring in of a newness that can now sprout inside of me, that I'm still learning about and growing about and discovering and exploring. However, it was because of Cerridwen that I found my way to this space in the darkness that I once lived in this seed of unhope I once stemmed from. So I thank you with gratitude and send my love out to you for leading me here on this path, being here where I am now, to grow and expand out, to spread light into the world. And my offering for today, I like us to talking about the exploration. I like to take us on a little exploration, talking about the dark and the light and the fear versus love, because that's where we are right now. We're in this space of fear and love. And I'd like you just to explore with me, just for a moment, to maybe look at something different where Cerridwen began at the beginning of her journey with her son born the way he was. And where did that initial journey of making the cauldron and the potion stem from? Was it stemmed from love? Yes. However, was it stemmed also from fear? Fear of the unknown of what her son grew up to be, fear of maybe how she would handle being a mother. And I'd really like you to take some time now as we go through this little meditation to allow that to bubble up inside of you, stemming from that space. Where in your world do you allow fear to guide you as misdirected love, to keep you stuck? And allowing yourself in this moment to expand out, to look at those parts of you so you can go on the journey like Cerridwen did, to find the love, to find the truth of who you are, and not be misdirected by things that might come your way that get you off your path of where you need to go. Just like Cerridwen, she found her way. She moved through the emotional waters, through the chase, had the expectation of this beautiful thing transpiring out of the potion, out of the cauldron. She took the time. And what happened? It was taken away from her. That center on this chase. And how many of us do the same thing? We set these expectations inside of us of what things should look like, stemmed from this space of what we want to create in our world that is actually based on fear underneath. And where can we start to look at things different, to open to a new space, to bring that light in? Just like Cerridwen did. She finally got the seed and she thought she was done. And what happened? everything kind of went to chaos. The cauldron spilled over and caused all this chaos in the world. But however, at the end of it all, she was able to find the space to make a new choice, to open up her heart, to let go and surrender, to allow this beautiful, beautiful being to be birthed into the world. And look what came of it. And where can we take a path to do the same and go into the hearts, go into our wombs, to look at those spaces and open to a new space, to create the world that we want to be, to create, to send out the love that we want to send out. Because remember, everyone today listening now or in the future, we are the dark to bring forth the light, to dance in the stillness of who you are as a witness to all. We don't have to be part of it. We can witness it and just be that light, to be that light that Cerridwen has taught us to be, and to stand in that space and shine forth to shift a new world. So where can you take time to look inside your own womb, to find those places you're not honoring yourself, and make a change? The choice is yours, and shift that fear to love. But always remember the dance, because there'll always be sparkles of the darkness that dance in the light of who you are. And when you can be in that dance, that's when you shine. So one moment and one thing to remember, I just like to do a little sound just to clear the energy and open up to expand you. As this happened, I hope it comes through. So just if the sound does not come through, I apologize, but just listen to the vibration because the love will come through. So everybody just close their eyes for a moment and just breathe into themselves and allow yourself to open in this space. Allow yourself to see those spaces of fear that you are ready to release, to move into the love and the light you truly are, and anchor yourself into that. So just listen to the vibration as we move through and allow the sound to move you. Thank you, and blessed be.
Hello. When Lisa asked for us to come forward, and her theme was light in the dark. And for me, light for me is what brings me joy. And what has brought me joy ever since I was knee-high to a grasshopper was music, singing, drama, poetry, the arts, basically. And then unfortunately I met my husband, who was a controlling, very abusive man, very violent, who had no interest in the arts whatsoever, and shut me down very, very effectively. Hated me singing, he hated me anything to do with poetry, anything to do with drama, anything storytelling. Couldn't even tell stories to my kids, at night at bedtime. It was just, that was the level of the control and the violence. And he closed me down completely. I quite literally lost any creative ability that I had, just went and hid in the back of my mind somewhere, and that was it. And that was 3.5 decades of that. And there was I felt there was nothing left. And then I discovered my wonderful dark lady, Cerridwen. And that was the light. That was suddenly, it was there. It was shining, and I was getting these downloads, and floodgates were just thrown open, and suddenly I was creating again. I wanted to sing again. I was getting songs downloaded, usually when I was driving down the M4 or the M5, but you know, they were there, they were coming down thick and fast, poetry ideas, all sorts of ideas. They were coming directly from her. It was incredible. It was, and for that I am so grateful. Mam Tywell, to Cerridwen, Lady Cerridwen. And I kind of need to stop now because I'm in a blubbing and I can't sing and blub. Singing and blubbing does not work very well. Anyway, this is where the song came from. Arwen meaning inspiration, and I wanted to do a song that had 3 Arwens in it. And it came from that, from thinking about where the light was coming from her light, her inspiration. And this was the latest download that came, mostly on the M5, but some of it was on the M4 as well. So there we go. We'll give it a go. Okie dokie. Right. I can still remember that first night when my lady shone her dark bright light. She touched my mind and filled my heart and called to me to play my part, saying, understand that all creation first begins with imagination. Don't let those stories go untold. Go tell the tales and songs of old. And she sang, Arwen. And she sang, Arwen. And she sang, Arwen. Go sing the songs of old, and soon we'll meet again. Soon we'll meet again. Oh, soon we'll meet again. Oh. With my children glued to mobile phones, I felt her rise within my bones. So I said, come here, come sit with me, come listen to our history. My children came with huffs and sighs, exchanging glances, rolling eyes. I said, your 3 times great-grandfather came to Wales, and William was his name. For Ireland's famine was so great that he fled in 1848. And whilst you can read and write and text, poor William could only mark an X. So down he went to mine the coal, to feed his family was his goal. His youngest son died in that mine, he was only 15 at the time. And I sang, Arwen. And I sang, Arwen. And I sang, Arwen. These are our stories, and they must be told again. They must be told again. Oh, must be told again. Oh. So we sat by the fire's dying glow, and I watched and I saw their interest grow, as I told the tales of ancient kings, of battles fought and dragons' wings. I told them of Cerridwen's brew, her son Morvran and Gwion too, and I saw excitement in each face, as I described that epic chase. For in times gone by around the fire, songs were sung to drum and lyre. And when bards with magical stories called, people listened, truly listened to them all. And they sang, Arwen. And they sang, Arwen. And they sang, Arwen. These are the stories, and they must be told again. Must be told again. Oh, must be told again. Oh. Now the years are past, and I think I'm dead, for a crowd is gathered around my bed. I see my mother, her mother, grandmothers galore, all standing in rows right out the door. And I can hear crying, but I don't understand. Then my lady steps forward and holds out her hand. She said, "Come with me, child, now your time is done. Your stories are told and your songs are sung. The day will go on as the wheel slowly turns, those stories and songs that every child learns. You are healers and seers and bards with the drum, and keepers of wisdom from Goddess you come." And she sang, ah, ah, when. And she sang, ah, when. And she sang, ah, when. Don't be sad because you'll see them all again. You'll see them all again. Oh, you'll see them all again. Oh, oh. Sorry, losing my voice a bit at the end there. Thank you. Blessed be.
Yeah, joy so, sisters and brothers out there and here in our space. It always touches me when Tina sings. So thank you very much, Tina, for your offering. Yeah, it is truly moving to hear your voice and your song. I want to share the moment, one of the many moments with you when Cerridwen stepped forward and was there for me. Cerridwen, the Dark Mother, the mother of us witches. And it was one night, not long time ago, when I could feel the witch wound, the wound we witches carry. And I could really feel it emotionally and physically. And that night she was with me and she held me and she stayed with me and stayed with me until I understood that these deep wounds I'm carrying, that so many women were carrying already before me, and so many of us still do, is also the source of my greatest strength, is the source of the biggest learning I can experience in this life. And it's the source of my sovereignty. So this was the moment when I finally understood that she has always been there with me and for me, and that she has always been my mother throughout so many lifetimes up to now, that I'm stepping up and into myself as the wise woman that I've always been. And yeah, the offering I want to make this evening, and the invitation actually I want to speak out to you, is to come with me on a little journey to meet the spirit allies of Cerridwen of this season. Because no witch, no wise woman, no one of us can do it all by ourselves. We all have allies. We all sometimes need our helpers, support, and guides. So I want to invite you to step back from the screen, get comfortable, and close your eyes and just listen to the story. It is a windy, cold day outside. You're sitting inside on your couch and it's cozy and warm, and you don't feel any need to leave your comfy space. Although it is also that you feel a little bit alone in there. But while dwelling in emotions of being alone and maybe a little sadness bubbling up. You hear the wind outside of your window howling, and you hear that voice calling. Is it just the wind, or can you really hear her calling you? Come outside, my dear. Don't stay in there alone. Come to meet us. We are all here together, waiting for you. So you take a deep breath, put on your wellies and your coat, and you step outside, where the clouds hang low, and the wind is howling, and the rain is falling cold onto your cheeks. But you start to walk as if you were guided by the wind. You just follow it into the bushes and under the trees, until suddenly you're standing in front of a gate, a little iron gate in the midst of the forest, a wall to the left and to your right. You stretch out your hand to press the handle, and the door opens. Squeaking, it lets you into this sheltered, walled garden, a sacred, calm and beautiful space. And right there in the middle, you can see her. You see this big, majestic tree growing tall into the sky and lowering all her branches, her arms all the way down to the earth, touching and almost leaning on the earth. She looks like she's sheltering herself, protecting herself, creating a sacred, safe space underneath these thick and dense branches with her evergreen leaves. Come closer, child. Don't be afraid, she says. You hear her voice clearly, so you walk towards her and around her. As her space is so dense and protected that you first can't see, but then there it is, a little entrance between her branches. Come closer, dear, come closer. And in you step into this space that she has created for herself. The space is dark, so first you can't see. You stretch out your hand and just walk a step or two or three until you can touch her, her bark, her skin underneath your hand. And you can feel the wrinkles, you feel the texture, you feel her warmth, the strength of her body. It feels calm in here. It feels sheltered. You feel held and protected and secure. You wonder, what is it? What is the secret of this wonderful, tall, old yew tree that is standing here for hundreds of years, maybe even thousands already, and still standing so strong and tall, and still having so many leaves and even red, fiery red fruits and seeds you can see. And you ask her, standing there, what is it? What is your secret to eternity? Come closer, my dear, come closer and see. See for yourself. So closer you step, close right in front of her trunk, and big, big central branches growing up high in the middle. And there it is. There you can see, in the midst of the darkness, there's a light within the tree. How comes, you say, how comes that this light shines within you? It shines in all of us, she says. In the darkest night, in the darkest moon, there is always also the light, which you only then can see so bright as you can see it tonight, my dear. Follow it. Follow this light in front of your mind's eye now. Follow this light inside yourself and see where it guides you. Follow your inner light and see where it is. Where is it within you? Where is that place that holds your light and shelters it? Where is that sacred space within yourself that holds this light that always shines and never fades? I invite you to take a minute now and just be with your light. Feel it and see how it looks like. Does it have a shape? Does it have a form? Does it have a color? Just follow it for some minutes or for 1 minute, and I will guide you and accompany you with a drum. Know that the light of the yew tree is just as your own light. You always carry it within you. You can always turn to this light that shines for you, however dark it might be outside or even in some parts within you. The light is always there as well. And when you look closely, you can see that there are many lights around you as well. Many lights that connect also in this night as we all celebrate the dark moon together. Our lights shine here and there like a moving map everywhere. And this is how we are always connected and how she always lets us feel that we are not alone. Thank you and blessed be.
As we are now turning to the light, back to the light, I am taking a seed, a simple seed, and a seed, it's the beginning of life. It's a potential for life. And it is a spark of light. And it is a spark of hope. So I take this simple seed and I charge it with light. Wherever I experience it, I put it on my altar. I carry it close to my heart. I take it to the places where I find light. And so, whenever I need to plant a seed of light, I will have this. And I sing the blessings to it. And I put it into the dark earth, where the mother will hold it, Cerridwen of earth will hold it, and the dragons of the earth holds it. And the dragons of fire fills it with the spark of life, the spark of light. And the dragons of air breathe their inspiration into it, breathe a visioning into it, breathe a dreaming into it, so that this little seed will bring out the goodness where it grows and for whom it grows. And blessed be to the dragons of earth, air, fire, and water. Blessed be to the dragons of the sun and the moon and the stars. Blessed be to the dragons of the deep caves and deepest caverns. The dragons of silver and gold and tourmaline and quartz and moonstone, and the sparkling dragon of the lapis lazuli, the blue as one with the yellow with golden sparkles, shining that like stars in the starry sky, in the dark sky. May this simple seed bring peace, may it bring hope, may it bring light. And I breathe my spirit into it. And as I will place it into the embrace of the dark earth, I shall sing to it. There is no seed that doesn't like a good song, and there is no better way to seal a spell than with a song. Farewell, little seed, and bide well until the spark of light touches you and quickens you, and the magic is released. And you'll carry seeds. This is for all of us, for all of you. The spark of light is in all of us. And the power to bring about magic is in all of us, just as we can bring in light into the darkest depths of the world. So, sow your seeds, the seeds of light, the seeds of hope, the seeds of Cerridwen, as she works her magic through each and every one of us. As we sow her light, we sow her love in the world. So mote it be, and so it is. Blessed be.
Hello, everyone. I'm here to speak to you about being a light in the dark and what that means to me. Cerridwen has been a huge light in the dark for me. She's held me through every twist and turn, challenge, every death and rebirth of myself. And she holds me as a huge beacon of light. Some of the works that I'm engaged with within my personal life require a lot of like me having to call upon a lot of inner strength and work with mental health and emotional health. And sometimes some of the things that I'm exposed to are unimaginable. And I always felt so impacted by this, even though I love the work and love showing up for the people that are needing support. And Cerridwen holds me throughout those experiences. And that to me has just been life-changing and invaluable. So being a light in the dark to me is being what I like to call a conscious energy generator. This is the art of taking responsibility for the energy that we are generating, that we are created. This is such important work because we are all connected. Now, this isn't to be confused with toxic positivity. We're not denying the challenging thoughts and feelings that we're having. Instead, we are holding them in loving kindness and having a look at what's underneath them. Every thought that we think has a vibration. If we are thinking repetitive bad thoughts about ourselves, we create energy attachments that can weigh us down. When we think bad thoughts continuously about others, we induce effects that would fall into the realm of a psychic attack. Psychoimmunology is the study of how thoughts we think impact our immune system. It's been scientifically proven that continual negative thinking literally suppresses the immune system. I mean, mystics, witches, healers, we've known this for hundreds of years, but this is just only in the recent times been proved by science. And then, of course, we've got the opposite effect as well. If we're thinking loving thoughts about ourselves, our cells hear us, our body hears us, we function better. And if we're thinking loving thoughts of others, we're sending that energy, we're irradiating that love towards them, and that impacts them too. The current state of the world is a reflection of what is going on inside of us. As above, so below, as within, so without. To be a light in the world, we want to start by bringing light to ourselves and learning how to shift ourselves into a higher vibration. We do this by accepting the parts of us that we find challenge with, the parts of ourselves that we don't want to look at, that we want to push away. We want to bring the conscious awareness in and hold those aspects of us in love, in kindness, and stop shaming ourselves. We forget sometimes how magic and wonderful we are. Everyone has a degree of wounded self-esteem, which will result in us thinking of unkind thoughts towards ourselves and others. This practice is about recognizing when we are experiencing these unkind thoughts and then asking our hearts what they need and switching into speaking to ourselves sweetly. This is a simple act, but it can be challenging. And so this is a practice. It takes time to master, but let me tell you, it becomes easier and easier. And we can even begin to laugh at ourselves as well. Bringing humor in can always be so helpful. I want you all to join me in a brief exercise where we're going to cultivate some light and we're going to send that out into the collective. So I want you all to just close your eyes for a moment. Place your hand on your heart if that feels right. Coming out of the head and floating down, down, down into the consciousness of your heart. Now just notice the difference between how it feels in your head when you bring your focus down into your wise, wise heart. I want you to let yourself know how deeply worthy you are. how special you are, how sacred you are, how magic you are, that you're doing a wonderful job. And just cultivating that love energy for yourself and your heart. And I want you to see the light of your love, a beautiful white light emanating from your heart space, slowly encasing the entirety of your being, holding yourself in gratitude and love for all of what you are, finding acceptance for all aspects of self, knowing that you are enough and you are perfect just as you are. You can really see that light sparkling and shining. And now I want you to imagine this light pouring out from you and joining with everyone else on this call's light now and in the future. And together we're sending this light out into the world together where it is needed most. And just feeling that beautiful white light expanding, expanding, and hugging our beloved planet Earth and this higher love. Giving gratitude to Cerridwen for joining us and supporting us within this experience. Coming back into this moment, back into your heart. Opening the eyes. That was beautiful. Blessed be.
Blessed be indeed. I'm going to give you this evening a card from one of my decks which I dowsed for this evening. And the meaning of that card will be different for each of you, but will have some bearing on this time of the dark moon, of the cauldron of rebirth and change that is Cerridwen in this time. So let's see. It's a card that's new for me as well. So, this is a Brian Froud deck, and it comes up as the Fairy of Youth. We move into the Celtic New Year. This is a time that the Celts, Cerridwen's people, would have seen as being a time of renewal. And we've just passed the Celtic festival of Samhain, Halloween, the time where the veil is thin, the wild hunt would have ridden. So here we have the Fae, and they watch with mischievous faces the things that happen in the mortal realms. And they see for us a new time, a chance to make things different for ourselves. And yet we can be a little sulky about change. So it's best to try and look upon it as a new start, that every change is a chance for new growth. As the trees at this time are sleeping, they come for new growth in the spring, as is such for us with the change of the moon. Goes from darkness into the tiny sliver of the new moon, giving us a chance to change and grow. Thank you for giving me this time to talk to you. Cerridwen has been my light in the darkness, as she has given me a family of a chosen family, which is so different from a family that you are connected to by blood, and it gives me such a deep joy. Thank you and blessed be.
Because no Dimar is complete without some singing, we will now sing a song about the light. And I think this is a song most of you know. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, 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 let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. And it shines. And you all shine. We all shine. We shine her dark bright light into the world. We shine our light. Blessed be.
Diolch, Cerridwen. Thank you for your breath of inspiration and your loving presence with us this evening. Farewell and bide well in your temple. Cerridwen o awyr. Blessed be.
Diolch, Cerridwen of fire. We stand in your flame as we have stood together tonight in your dark, bright light. We ask you to stand with us in the days that come as the flame of our torchlight against the darkness. Farewell and bide well in your temple, Cerridwen of fire. Blessed be.
Cerridwen Odur, we thank you for your presence in our ritual. We thank you for your empowering energy. We take them back to our families and communities. We carry your light to everyone who needs it. We are born of you and will return to you. This knowledge fills us with joy, serenity, and gratitude. Farewell and bide well in your temple, Cerridwen Odur. Blessed be.
You are Cerridwen of earth. We thank you for standing by us as we walk along your paths. We thank you for giving us the strength to walk the earth and say hello to our connected friends of the different countries. Cerridwen of earth, thank you for being with us today. Farewell and bide well in your temple. Blessed be.
Please turn with me in your mind's eye to the center. Divination Cerridwen, our beloved Dark Mother. Thank you for holding us in your love. Thank you for being our light in the dark. Bide well and farewell in your temple, Cerridwen, mistress of magic and mystery. Blessed be.
May the peace of the goddess forever be in your hearts. The circle is open and never unbroken. Merry meet, merry part, and merry meet again. Blessed be.
From all of us to all of you, brightest blessings of this evening, brightest blessings of the love of Cerridwen, and the brightest blessings from the spark of life that will be born again at the solstice, just like the spark of life never goes out in any one of us. Blessed be and well met. Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Hi, thank you.
And happy
Bye.
birthday to be. Moon.
Love you tree.
Thank you. Thank
Happy
you.
New Moon. Yes, Happy New Moon.
Happy new moon.
Thank you. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye bye. Blessed be. Thank you for everything
Blessed be.
tonight. Bye.
Bye.